What is up, everybody? Hope you're having a beautiful day today. This is something new. Um, Today I am going to begin the WWE podcast, and I'm going to be talking about WrestleMania and all the talent cuts and all the budget cuts that WWE made due to this coronavirus pandemic. Now, this is going to be, I don't know how many I'm going to be making of these, but I know I've been late. I know I'm late on these topics, but I just want to get my opinion out there. Um, WrestleMania happened a month ago, but I want to get my opinion out there, so I'm going to do that right now. Um, so they say that WrestleMania was too big for one night, but when reality it was way too boring for one night and way too long for one night. If you, let's say they did it one show and they combined both shows, the time length would have been 6 hours. And I thought over 5 hours last year was very long and boring. This year was going to be a 6 hour show and they put it into two different, or they had a Saturday and a Sunday show. I don't. I couldn't. I could barely watch it. Without it, one, there's no fans because of this coronavirus, and two, it just doesn't feel like WrestleMania. It just feels like another show. Like I don't know. The best matchups of the night were night one. It was Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. That was the best match of night one. Night two, in my opinion, Flair and Ripley was the best match of the second night. Um, you could argue that Undertaker and Styles was the best for night one, but in my personal opinion, I think it was Kevin Owens and Seth. Um, Now there's also I have a lot of problems with WrestleMania. Um, let's talk about Orton and Edge because people are gonna be like, "Well, Randy Orton and Edge, they should be in that conversation of best match of night two." No, 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 no. That match was way too long. I started it from when they rang the bell at the beginning and then the end 37 minutes. That should not have been that long. I could barely watch the whole thing. I was like, when is this going to end halfway through it? And I'm like, why is this match so long? It just shows. I don't know. I don't know why they had it for 37 minutes. It didn't have to be that long to be good. It could have been down to like 20 to 23 to 5 minutes. Then that would have been like, okay, fair enough. 20 minutes to 23 minutes, okay, that's good enough. But no, we had to sit through 37 minutes of that. There were some moments where the match was not good, and I couldn't sit through it. Another match that I was really confused about was John Cena versus Bray Wyatt. I was sitting there in confusion the whole time. I didn't understand it. I basically wanted to turn it off, but I couldn't because I wanted to see if it was actually going to do anything. It wasn't even a match until like the end. Or was it even a match in the first place? I don't know. They just showed off random segments from the past. Um, like Bray Wyatt pretending to be Kurt Angle in Cena's debut, and then Cena came out in his trunks. Is this weird? Um, but I can kind of understand why they did it. I don't know. I got mixed feelings about it. I know a lot of people had mixed opinions about it too. Um, but another thing wrong about WrestleMania, the WWE Championship and the Universal Championship are supposed to have good matches at WrestleMania. They're the top titles in the company, but that wasn't the case. Goldberg and Braun Strowman, oh my god, that was one of the worst WrestleMania matches of all time. Do finishers even exist anymore? And because Goldberg speared Strowman 3 times and Strowman still got up, and then Strowman delivered like 5 running power slams and match was over. The match was like a minute and a half, if not 2, and that was a really bad match. And they were originally supposed to have Roman win, but he pulled out because of this coronavirus, and he's got a weak immune system. And plus, speaking of Roman, his wife is expecting twins. Congratulations to Roman Reigns there. But another weird thing is that for some reason Vince does not want Roman mentioned on TV. I don't know why. Look that one up. I don't know why. Um, but yeah, another top title match in the main event. I'm really happy for Drew McIntyre winning the WWE Championship. But the match itself, again, do finishers exist? McIntyre kicked out of 3 F5s and hit like 4 claymores, and then boom, over. I don't know. I I hated that they're treating finishers like just your average move now. But yeah. But I really am glad that they finally gave Drew McIntyre the WWE Championship. And then after the show, the Big Show came out and challenged Drew that they showed on Monday Night Raw the next night. Big Show challenged Drew, and Big Show lost, obviously. So yeah, that had really nothing to do with anything that's not gonna help anything move forward. But there's some matches that were just really a throw-in matches that have no impact for the future. Elias versus King Corbin. Nobody cares. Why? Just why? Also, Aleister Black versus Bobby Lashley. Another match that was just like, okay, there's no build up, so why should I be invested? And why am I even watching this? But it might break up Bobby Lashley and Lana, which I don't care. Still don't care. Because at the end, Lashley was going to go for the Dominator. And Lana told him to spear him instead. But then Black countered with a Black Mass and won the match. I still don't care. That was just a throw-in match. I really want to see Aleister Black in the future have a good story. Like that mini feud with AJ Styles at Elimination Chamber. Yeah. Overall, WrestleMania was meh. WrestleMania was meh. I it still kind of bothers me that there's no fans. I mean, I get why. The pandemic, okay? I know why. But it was just really, really, really hard to watch most of the times. And I think it would have been a better moment for Drew McIntyre to have had 80,000 people screaming, cheering for him, but he had 0, and it kind of felt blank. And I can't wait for shows to have fans again. Money in the Bank isn't going to have fans. Money in the Bank, that's going to be very interesting. They announced that it's going to be at the top of the world headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut, which is very interesting if they can even film there. because I know WWE is an essential business, but that's just in Florida, unless there's some other information that I don't know about. And now, um, let's get into some cuts. Let's get into the all the releases that happened last night. Or no, why did I say last night? I mean last Wednesday. Oh boy, there were a lot of people that I got cut. There are a lot of people that got cut. I'm sorry if I don't have everybody. I didn't look at the updated list. I know there's some more NXT talent that I did write down that got released like yesterday. Oh my. But I'm gonna go through the wrestlers. Rusev, Drake Maverick, Zack Ryder, Kurt Hawkins, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, Heath Slater, Eric Young, Eric Rowan, Sarah Logan, No Way Jose, Mike Kanellis, Maria Kanellis, Leo Rush, Epico, Primo, EC3, and their longest reigning or their longest tenured referee, Mike Chioda, which I couldn't believe. Uh, NXT, Performance Center, and NXT. Deanna Perrazzo, Ale- Alexander Jasic, how I botched that completely. MJ Jenkins, Dan Matha, who I saw got into a brutal car accident, I believe today. Cesar Bonia, Mars Wang, Tino Setabelli, Josa Williams, Ace Steel coach, Kendo Cashin coach, Serena Deeb coach, producers slash writers. I know Kurt Angle, Aiden English, who's a 205 live commentator, Lance Storm, who's only been with the company for like 4 months now, Hurricane Helms, Sarah Stock, Scott Armstrong, Billy Kidman, Fit Finley, Pat Buck, Sean Davari, Andrea Lissenberg, writer, who was the writer for the Otis and Dolph storyline. I'll talk about that in a second. And Jerry Soto. Now I'm probably missing a couple. But yeah, my heart goes out to everybody who got affected by this. I know Kurt Hawkins. I saw a report today that Kurt Hawkins' wife, who is pregnant, is not in a good state after Kurt Hawkins got released. Um, I believe MJ Jenkins' brother or something got or died of coronavirus, and then she got released of her contract. Um, AJ Styles feels guilty for Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows' releases. Now, Gallows and Anderson being released was kind of interesting because not only were they were in the OC with AJ, but they were promoted as the greatest tag or the best tag team in the world because they won that freaking turmoil match at Crown Jewel, I believe, or something. I don't watch the Saudi Arabia shows as much. I try to avoid those because I know they're going to be terrible, just like WrestleMania was. Um, but for storyline purposes, you're losing now AJ Styles' friends. I know AJ wasn't happy about it. Um, but that was the most shocking release. The first report of releases that only showed Carl Anderson, and I'm like, well, why did they release Carl? And if they're gonna release him, why didn't they release Luke? And then a couple hours later, I saw Luke, and I'm like, oh, okay, well that makes a lot more sense now. But I was still confused as to why they both got released. Um, yeah, I couldn't believe it. personally. But yeah, my heart goes out to everybody who was affected by this tragedy. Um, this pandemic is not fun. I know there's wrestlers who are affected, their families. I know some reactions. Drake Maverick had an emotional video. He is still allowed to compete in the cruiserweight tournament, but that'll probably be it. He probably won't win the match or the tournament. Um, but yeah, Heath Slater had a video. No Way Jose had a video. Um, yeah, it was a bad day for WWE. One of the darkest days. And then the next day, Howard Finkel passes, which I had a tribute for him in the beginning of Howard. Um, One of the best the best ring announcer of all time. I'm not saying one of the best. He was the best ring announcer of all time. Um, it's a really tough time for WWE. They delayed payment to executive members. They delayed payment to people all all over. It's just a really tough time for WWE. Now, this also brings up the question: what if WWE wasn't essential? I feel like they would have cut more people. I feel like they would have cut some bigger names. And I feel like if they weren't essential, we would not have seen WrestleMania. And I feel like WWE would have lost even more money, and that would have been a bigger problem because they would have had to release bigger talents. Now I know they're a billion-dollar company, but they lost a lot of money from having WrestleMania with being at the Performance Center with no fans. Um, they lost a lot. Um, Now, would they be in the same route as XFL? I know WWE had a share or had like a stock in XFL, and the XFL went bankrupt. And it's kind of like it was shot. I when I saw the XFL went bankrupt, I kind of figured because they had to cancel their season. They only played like 5 games, and they laid off all the employees the day before they announced that they went. They filed for bankruptcy. Um, Now this time, I was really, I was really rooting for the XFL to succeed. I feel like had this coronavirus not have existed, I feel like the XFL would have succeeded and had a couple seasons. But it's just really unfortunate. They had no other choice. Um, but yeah, this virus has really affected a lot of talent's lives. I mean, all the indie wrestlers got laid off, as you know. Um, it's just a really tough time for everybody. Um, so just stay home. Um, if you're working, if you're an essential worker like I am, be careful around people. Um, Wash your hands often. I know you know this already, but I'm just reminding everybody stay safe. I know the state that I live in, which some people already know, Wisconsin, there's been some rallies with a protesting the safer at home order, which I think is stupid. Um, so yeah, just be smart, and then we'll have all of our sports back. We'll actually have wrestling with fans. We'll have the NBA, NFL, all those sports leagues back. Probably not the XFL, but whatever. Um, but yeah, I really got nothing else to say. Um, Now, oh yeah. Um, one thing I forgot to mention about WrestleMania, Otis and Dolph. That was a really great moment. Um, I really like that storyline. It just sucks that the writer who did the storyline got fired. Um, but I like the storyline, and I hope that now that the writer's gone, they don't mess it up. But yeah, that's basically all I got. Um, I'm recording this on a Sunday, so it probably won't get out until, let's say, probably Monday. Um, I got edited a lot of stuff. Yeah, this kind of went faster than I thought. I just didn't really have much to talk about at the end. I kind of went through WrestleMania too much or too fast. Um, yeah, I'm looking at this list again. Oh yeah, Rusev was another name that I was not expecting to see. I mean, I kind of saw it coming, but I kind of didn't. I was at work and I was just trying to think of names that might get released. I was thinking of names like Jinder Mahal, the Singh brothers, Titus O'Neil might get released, and other guys. And I see Rusev, and I'm like, it kind of makes sense, but it kind of doesn't because he's a great wrestler, but at the same time they released Anderson and Gallows, so I shouldn't be surprised. But yeah. Oh yeah. So I uploaded a stream last night. I was playing with my best friend, and there should be more streams coming out. So follow me on Twitch. I'll put the link in the description, and you'll be seeing a lot more streams on my channel. But yeah, it's been a dark couple days for WWE. That's all I got for now. Um, if you want more podcasts like this, if you want longer ones, I'll definitely try to hammer those down. Um, so yeah, make sure that you like this video, you subscribe to my channel, you follow me on Twitch. Link for that will be in the description. Yeah, I will see you guys next time. Peace.